Alright, so how do we prepare an NMR sample? Well, first get a clean NMR tube. If you're working with a solid sample, the way I like to prepare the sample, the NMR sample, is just to take your solid sample in a clean tube and just hold them both horizontal and just get a little bit of solid in there, and then just gently tap the tube so the solid can fall down to the bottom. You might need to wipe off the top of the tube here since there is a little solid present, but that's generally not a problem. For a liquid sample, what you do is just take a clean pasture pipette and just dip it in the liquid, and capillary action will pull up enough sample for your NMR spectrum. And just place this in your clean NMR tube. What you can then do is get another clean pasture pipette and add your NMR solvent to that pasture pipette that you just used to get your sample. And so just pass the NMR solvent through that pipette and it'll rinse your sample, your liquid sample, down into the NMR tube. Okay. Now you need a cap on your NMR sample. So place a cap on it and then make sure you invert it or shake it several times so that your sample is very homogeneous and mixed well, because otherwise your NMR data won't be very good. Alright? You need a spin collar. The spin collar goes on like this. And then you need to check the depth of this sample relative to the spin collar, and you do that by putting it in this plastic device. Blue collar touching the top of the plastic, and then push the tube all the way down so the tube touches the bottom of this. Last step is to clean this area, because this is where the spectrometer is looking, and if you touch this while you're preparing the sample, your fingerprints will be on it and it might affect your data. So you can get a Kim wipe, squirt a little bit of methanol on it, and then just wipe down this bottom area of the tube. Make sure you're hanging on to the top of the tube. Don't hang on to the spin collar. You don't want the depth of this to change. So clean this off well, and this is then ready to go into the spectrometer.